Hey guys, good afternoon. This is Simon with toughtrader.com and Trade and Perform Coaching. Had someone on Twitter ask me a pretty good question, and he said, so I posted up um, on the Twitter stream. I posted up that we had nailed the longs off the low, 27.4950, stop 27.47. So in all fairness, that wasn't our only trade today. We shorted 27.52 with a stop at 27.55. We ended up flatting that, even though that trade worked out. It just took too long to roll around. And then we flipped the other way. We took 27.4950 to 27.47. And the emphasis on the room has been on the long side. So on the Twitter stream, the gentleman asked, well, Simon, how exactly is it? And I want to get this gentleman's name so I can be completely fair to him here. Let's see. Give him credit. Pick this off. And so it was Chris at Maturing Trader on Twitter asked me, he said, how did you find the trap trader? So there was a couple of pieces that went into it. Let's go and cover that really quick. Let's first cover up, there we go, the account number and what you'll see here. So these are the charts that I post to members in the evening. And before I get started, really quick, past performance is not indicative of future results. Please take the time. Hold on one second. See if I can find this really quick. We'll get rid of this. Wow, I don't have it, so I had to pull it up really fast. Give me 1 second. We will search it down, hunt it down, and have it up there for everybody. There we go. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Desktop. There we go. So now we'll have it up here. I can drag it from the other screen. There we go. So past performance is not indicative of future results, right? This is for educational purposes only. Trading futures involves a substantial amount of risk. You can lose a lot of money. Please, please, please manage your risk. Do not try to do everything at once. Don't try to be a master of all markets. Understand how each market works in its own intricacies. Understand the leverage and how leverage works. And make sure that your biases aren't biased against the market. The market primarily for the last decade has gone up, right? Yes, there's been some short opportunities, and I certainly like to short, but the edge is to the long side for the most of the time. Longs get bailed out, shorts get buried if they don't know what they're doing. So let's jump in really quick. So we started off the day with, if I can find my trade station down here. Here we go. So we're going to just forget about NQ, although NQ's been a monster. So first of all, pretty easy stuff, right? Look at the trend straight up. That's easy enough. We need to break this swing low here to have any hope, Tuesday's low, of having any hope of moving to the downside. That didn't happen. Next thing that we key off of, if you look at the market preview that's also posted on YouTube, right? For this morning, you'll see I said primary focus is on rotation down into key locations for longs. So look at how each of the zones performed without the help of the algo to begin with, right? So if you look again, we were pretty much ignoring shorts. We took one short right up here, and I didn't have the patience to make it work. I ended up just flatting it at 27.52. I gave it 1, 2 chances to work, and it needed 4, and that's just one too many for me when the primary bias is to the upside. So if you look, this is a rotation down from 27.57 to about 27.48, almost 10 points. I talk about that all the time, guys, about how those 10-point rotations are so critical to being a successful trader, to finding successful location, to getting paid repeatedly in the market. You have to wait for 10-point rotations, 20-point rotations, sometimes depending on how much volatility. But you'll usually find once you get the 10-point rotation, it's not the 10-point rotation that's important, but it's the stretch into key location. You'll notice from each location, this zone here, first opened up, pushed down, pushed out. You'll note the yellow areas where there's two lines together, and the green and the white areas are, the white areas are the zones. Everything else is for notes, like the open gap, which is interesting, but not really. This is a zone, the white zone up here. This is a zone all the way up here, which will be our final target, this 27.70 to 72 to the upside. And again, for less advanced traders, don't have a good handle on getting on both sides of the trade, the formula here was to look for the longs today, and that's exactly what we did. So then there's a big edge that we have in the room that not a lot of people have, right? And that is the ability to identify where the big sellers and big buyers are. So this is our algorithm. And what you're looking at here, this is how the day played out. So this is on pretty small time frame. And what you'll see is what we were looking for is that 10-point roll down. So this is that 2747 area. And you'll notice a couple things that are interesting. So the blue bars and the pink bars highlight where there's really strong selling. And then the bars outlined in yellow, there's really high volume in those bars as measured against the other bars in its neighborhood. Best way I have to describe it. Again, it's the algorithm. Certainly not going to give the details of the algorithm away. The stars indicate to me where my entries and exits are. And so for traders who are, again, just need a basic in-out process and don't want to understand the entire process. So first we have a stretch. Notice the stars. First star down, roll to the downside, right? When the stars come at key locations, so remember there's a white zone, right? You don't want to short this. You're into support, right? You have to know. So this was the short that we were trying to make work here at 2752. On the backside test, actually, we tried to get that done over here. We couldn't make it work. This is my best buyer of the entire day. Market just opened. That's my best buyer. Look how he became resistance all morning long. Okay, next. I get a very heavy volume push at the low. I still don't have anything to do, right? I notice I get a star, which is an indication to get long, but I also know I need to push up and against this guy right over here. So how do I know I have traders trapped? Well, number one, I got a very strong second. So this is my best buyer, right? He's kind of stuck up here. That's why he sold when he came back against it. I want you to keep in mind who you're trading against, right? If a guy bought a lot here and he gets underneath, he's going to be like, gee, I want a refund when it comes up, right? Okay, now go to the next part. Somebody, right, sold. The biggest seller was right over this guy. We had to get above this guy. And usually when I say get above, I want some kind of negative space like we got here to the right, right? Then finally, see this right here? This is a big seller. You can tell I have all kinds of, I have this diamond goes off, tells me that there's huge delta divergence there. It was a big number. There was a ton of volume. And see how they try to break the low by exactly a tick? That breaking on a huge push, that's a huge negative delta. It's the biggest sell bar, or the second, it actually is the biggest sell bar of the day, right? Very high volume relative to everything around this. As soon as we get up, the star flashes. That's the indication that we want to look for a long. And that's where, as soon as this printed, actually, we didn't even wait for the star to print in the room. We were like, wow, that's huge. It usually we already know that presents a huge opportunity. As soon as this bar closed, we will limit 2749.50, and you see the push. So look at the progress that it made once it gets above. First of all, we get back above. Let me erase the lines. So we're long 49.50, and we need to make it above this point right here. This is where my sellers are trapped. Completed. This guy, whoever wanted to sell the first time back against it, that's already done it. They didn't come back to defend. Whoever felt like they needed to get out from being trapped here, they got out, right? Now look at how the market behaved from here. As soon as you get above this guy, boom, blue bar, huge buying. Boom, another blue bar, huge buying. Boom, another blue bar, huge buying. Now we pushed all the way up. We've cleared Globex high, right? We're above VWAP. Now we're just consolidating gains to the side. You'll see that we made 1, 2 attempts. They tried to get below those guys. They failed. Finally, we break out last time on the best buy of these three. Notice we had an 1825, an 1127, and a 2600. Best buy. That gives us a move to 2768. You tack on another 8 points for the day. So, Chris, to answer your question, how we knew traders were trapped is A, we knew where there was support. B, we could see where they were pushing really hard against the low and failed right here. And if you look, that was 947. And if you look on the Twitter feed from the private members Twitter feed, you will see if I can show this. You will see the time, long 27:49, stop 27:47. I announced it in the room, then put it on the Twitter stream, and you will see that that was printed at, see if I can find it, 7:52. So I told everyone in the room in real time, went out, put it on the members feed, and then you can see where I scaled out. Unfortunately, I scaled out of this trade early. I was all done at 27.54.50. That was 5 points. I did not think we were going to go in a straight line straight up. I was pretty happy with 5. So that's the day. If anyone has any questions, please, please, please hit me. You can send me an email, tradertough@gmail.com. You can come visit us in the room. If you need a mentor, one-on-one coaching, I have a few slots open, not very many, actually specifically 2 slots open for one-on-one coaching. And whatever you do, find a mentor. It really helps with the shortcuts in trading. Secondly, find a good room. It's worth the money, guys. There's a lot of good traders out there. Anyone who tells you it's easy, don't go with that. Someone who presents you with a good trade plan, that's what you're looking for. Anyways, my name is Simon. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. That's the trade review for today.